he finishes signing.
But everybody's here. Who's still getting autographs from Rick?
It's falling asleep. Hi. I think can I just say on behalf of all of us, thank you so much. What an incredible weekend this has been, and you're all amazing. Thank you.
They gave 2 microphones. They gave 2 microphones for 4 actors. That's like 1 banana for 1,000 monkeys.
Well, thank you all for being here. It's been great. I had a question for all of you. Sorry that Rick couldn't be here yet, but first of all, I would like to know if you guys meet each other regularly other than at conventions.
Teryl and I go for lunches and dinners and cry and laugh a lot. And Michael and I see each other, but, you know, Joe and Ben live in Los Angeles. So
Actually, Amanda keeps asking me to get off her front patio.
It's because you've been living there for some time now.
Okay, then my second question would be, which was your favorite scene or the scene you most remember from the Stargate franchise? Whether it was a funny scene or maybe a more solemn scene?
It was the scene they cut where I held hands with Amanda.
My favorite scenes you all didn't get a chance to see because it all happened backstage, where, do you remember? What was the one in that glass castle, 20, what was it? We lost it. It was late at night. Do you remember we had the giggles and we couldn't stop? Oh my gosh.
And they started to get mad at it.
Because then they had to keep retouching our makeup because we were sobbing, we were laughing so hard. And Christopher was in that really hot robe and he was pissed.
Dom DeLuise, when he came to the show, I'm amazed that they actually were able to hobble together an episode where we weren't laughing, crying through it, because he was just such a phenomenal man. Yeah, I remember Dom, and we were just talking backstage about the Stargate actors that we lost, and so I, obviously have very fond memories of working with Carmen, and we all. Michael just said before we came out, he goes, you know what feels wrong about this? Don's not here. So, yeah. Sorry, sad note.
I think, as Teryl said, that we probably view things more off camera than on screen. So your memories of watching the show, you'll have on-screen ideas of like, oh, was that fun to shoot? 95% of our life occurs when the camera's not rolling. So there's so much activity going on behind that, and there's a lot of crazy stuff. But I do remember one of the more satisfying moments is when I was doing an episode where Jason was here and Rachel was here, and it was very simple. She just had to punch Jason in the face, and when you do it, there's film tricks. You create like this much distance, but you shoot over the shoulder, so it looks like you're hitting. And I'm in the middle, and she does this, and she makes solid contact. And I watch Jason's nose just get bigger, and blood start coming out, and I'm like, this is genius. Please don't yell cut. Because a lot of times directors yell cut if something's going wrong. I'm like, please don't. And they kept it. It was beautiful.
There's so many scenes. I didn't get to work very much with Teryl, but we did get to do an episode called Lifeboat, and one of my favorite bits that we did was actually off camera. Richard had his father had passed away during filming, and so he had to go away to the funeral and look after things there. And he came back late in the filming after Teryl and I had already kind of done all of our scenes. And so, in order to do off camera for him, Peter DeLuise just said, just do all your scenes, just do the whole thing. So Teryl and I did this entire one-act play for about 15 minutes straight of just all of our scenes run together. So we had this entire, little, one act going while Richard watched and reacted to it. And it was, because, everything's so stop-start, it was actually the most fun. It was like doing our own theater piece. So it was fantastic. And we hadn't gotten a chance to work together so much, so that was probably the best, yeah.
Hi, I also have a question for all of you. There was this episode Unending when some of you were on this ship. You were in normal time and outside were more slowly than in the ship. So you spend a lot of time till you get old, and then more bridges died, and so. So if you had a long time, what would you do? What you never did because you didn't have time for it, and yes. So, like learning a foreign language or playing piano or something like that. You know
I've memorized the entire internet.
What I really want to say, but I shouldn't, would have more sex. But Carter learned to play the cello, which was kind of fun, but yeah, I'd probably just read everything I could get my hands on. And sex.
That answer's too good. I'd like to be a cello.
If you could go to a real Stargate, would you do it? And who would you take with you?
The cello!
Yeah, I'd go through the Stargate and
I would definitely go through the Stargate. Multiple cellos. All of these people.
They actually asked us, like, what we would have in our quarters. Like, and you guys were kind of, I don't know, we were up in space. And they asked us what we would bring with us. And ironically, I brought a Johnny Cash poster. But I originally said I should have a distillery. I thought that was genius, because you know MASH, they had that. I was like, I'll have a distillery. But they put the kibosh on that. But that's what I would have done. I would have brought alcohol-making material.
Anything but Ben Browder.
Thank you.
the time loop. And Daniel always asks a question. Was there actually a scene where Richard Anderson answered that?
If the answer is the cello,
What was the question that was asked?
in an episode called Time? The time loop episode.
Yeah,
Oh, the question that Rick asked Daniel, or no, the Daniel answers? Is that what you're? Is that where we are?
Daniel is like, it's window of opportunity.
Yes, window of opportunity.
Yeah, and you, in the beginning of every loop, asked the same question to O'Neill.
Oh, you're asking if there was a question that I was answering.
No, you were asking the question.
Yeah, I said it just happens to be the way I feel about it. What do you think? And you're asking.
And was there a scene planned to answer that?
No.
Okay, thanks.
That's what you call taking the long way around, all right?
I know everyone says this, but it's super cool that you guys are here. Do you guys miss portraying your characters?
Oh, yes. Because I took a staff blast to the chest, and Michael got to... Were you in a sarcophagus? How did you come back?
Which time?
Do I miss playing the character?
Yes.
I miss the people that we worked with more than I miss playing the character, to be honest. I had a good time.
I miss it, and I miss Sam. She's pretty cool. But like Ben said, I miss the camaraderie. There's something, when we finished the last episode and all sort of whipped our eyes out and then walked away, the next day just felt so weirdly empty because it was like, I'm not going to see these people every day. And what am I going to do when I wake up at 5 in the morning? So yeah, definitely miss it.
I didn't think I missed playing the character until we did this AI Zoom reading, and we got to play with each other, and as crazy as, and play the cello, yes. And as crazy as the script was, I mean, it was nonsense. It was still kind of half written in character, and so to hear the voices again made me go, oh, I miss this shit. I miss these people, so yeah, I guess I do.
I definitely miss playing the character. My accountant misses me playing that character. I think my now ex-wife missed me going there to play that character. And so, yeah, I would go back.
Heather. I teach technology to children, so something that students often ask me is, why do we have such pieces of equipment, and what are their uses and things like that? You guys had to work with an awful lot of props or technology that was both present day and futuristic. So if there was one really useful piece of Stargate technology that you would want to be real, could you tell me what that was?
Oh, the healing device. The healing device. Yeah, for sure. I wish that was real. On everyone.
I would say the gate. I mean, can you imagine having that portal to go wherever you wanted to go? I think that would be it for sure. No airport security, that's right.
Yeah, for sure, the gate.
Not the channel.
Well, I'll tell you what I wouldn't bring. What was that ridiculous gun that is shaped like a penis? What the hell was that? The first time they handed me that, I was like, ugh! Is that thing clean? It's ridiculous. But Jason's character had this absurdly large gun that killed Wraith. I have no idea what the technology was, but I was like, I want that. And they wouldn't give it to me. So that's what I would take.
As much as I hated the Zap guns, that's what I would want. Because there's so many people I would walk around stunning. And sometimes I just want to make Browder disappear.
It's lovely to see the camaraderie on stage. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Hi, as everybody else said, it's great to see you guys here, and I apologize to Michael, but I have a question just for Ben. And I apologize to everybody else, it's a Foxgate question. Yesterday, it's just following that short one. Yesterday you talked about basically bullying them into bringing back Crichton by just playing not Crichton, sorry, Scorpius.
Harvey.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you basically got Wayne some extra work. Did he ever give you beer out for that, or was he too upset to have to go back in the makeup show for ages?
No, I think he owes me some money, doesn't he? Crichton went insane in season 2, and
It was a lot of fun.
yeah, it was fun. But we did an episode where I was hallucinating the bad guy, and then immediately after that episode, I said, "Just so you guys know, I'm hallucinating him all the time." So I would be in the middle of a scene where I'm just talking, and I go, "Shh," and then I would stop, and I would do it in a way they couldn't cut. Oh, we're doing a water, and I would just stop it, walk and talk, and I would do this. And I told the writers that, oh yeah, no, I'm hallucinating the bad guy all the time. And they were, you can't do that, you can't do that. And then about 5 episodes later, the executive producer goes, I got it, you're hallucinating Scorpius all the time. And so they created this character which Crichton called Harvey, which only he saw, which we were able to bring the bad guy in, and we'd have these amazing scenes with this actor, Wayne Pygram. But I kind of forced it on him. But I never did that on Stargate. I just did whatever they told me to do.
All I know is I noticed that he directed that whole answer to you as though you have some experience hallucinating or something. Or was that to me?
I tried to do some stuff to Mike, but it's just, it's like a mirror.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ananda? Oh, that's fine. Hi. This is a question for Amanda, for all the shippers. In the episode Divide and Conquer, we saw where you were claimed to be Thatarks. We saw the statement of Jack with the retesting that he cares a lot more than he's supposed to for Sam. We never saw Sam's statement. So
do you think she would have said?
He should care about me a lot more. No, she would have said the same thing. There was clearly a chemistry. And, yeah, would have absolutely been the same as that.
Okay.
He's my commanding officer. I can't. Sir.
Hey, well, there. Oh, sorry, still got a hangover from yesterday. What has people have impact on other people. So, like the impact had on me when I was younger, I really got interested in Egyptian mythology and the history of Egypt. So that was quite good from Stargate. And I want to ask, when you meet fans, where are some stories that got an impact on you and how you play your roles after that?
Was that English?
Oh, sorry. Because you have to line the speech naturally and always do the same. Sorry.
Can you just slow down and the question again? Sorry, thank you.
Sorry. So if you meet people, so you organize got impact on us. We watched it, we have memories about it, and when you meet fans on cons, anything, or they have impacted on you, so like stories, we talk about you, and got memories about you.
So you're asking, do the fans have an impact on us?
Yeah, that's what I want. Sorry, it's hard with the rehearsing.
Yeah,
that's what you said. I want this.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Yeah, interacting with people, the audience, the people who are accepting your work has a huge impact. As much as we work in dark sheds, it doesn't mean anything unless it reaches an audience, and the audience is the final arbiter of our work. If you're in the theater, it's the same thing. So, no, it's everything. It's the payoff for a lifetime pretending to be someone you're not, when the audience takes your work in and it means something to them.
Honestly, I think you nailed it. That's the perfect answer, because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean, getting to hear your stories and tidbits of your personal lives and the fact that you share it with us is huge. And today, I'm sure we were all asked, aren't you guys tired? It's like, no, we get so much energy from all of you that, yeah, it's just a real gift.
Did you expect it from the start? Or did it grow over the time?
It grows.
So from the beginning, from Stargate, do you expect that huge impact it would be having?
No. No, not at all.
Maybe we also institutions. Oh, wait, thanks.
My question is, if you had to choose, where would you like to work? In Atlantis, at the SGC, or on a ship of the Stargate Command?
The characters or us personally?
You personally, if it was real.
D, all of the above.
I almost feel like this is a trick question. Where would I work? The studios in Vancouver. That covers everything.
I would choose the SGC just because we still get to go off on adventures, but get to go home and walk your dog at night. So.
Just like, yeah, everybody's giving these great answers. Completely at the base for sure, because yeah, we get to. Well, I live there pretty much, but just to be with our friends and still do what we do, that would be the place I'd want to be. Ben.
Yeah, the SGC, Colorado Springs, is a great town. You should visit, see the gate.
Hi there. Unfortunately, Rick isn't here yet, but I'm going to fulfill it. Oh, I hear me double. To fulfill a request. David Blue asked me on Twitter, David Blue, who played Eli on Universe, he asked me, give my love to Ben, Michael, Amanda, and RDA. So that's done. And I was wondering, did you really get to know each other during a few times on the set of Universe? Or did you actually connect to each other afterwards at conventions you attended together? And especially to Ben, since you went on Universe at all. What's your connection to David Blue? And of course, feel free to send your love back to David, because I'm sure some people here are filming it.
Love you, David. David was really interesting because he was a fan. Like he really loved Stargate, and so it was always such a joy to talk to him because he was so happy to be there. And yeah, he was lovely. We didn't get a lot of time together.
Dave was at my house recently, so I think we like him. Love you, David.
I met David first time in Australia at a convention, and we texted our way through COVID together and FaceTimed.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Marina, and I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you to you, to the whole series, because I watched 10 years ago, and through the series I met my husband. I met the love of my life, and he's sitting in one of the rows.
Raise your hand.
And now we are around 8 years together and 4 years married. Yes. And we began, so I'm a Jack and Samantha shipper, and I found out that we have around the same age difference than both of them. So around 18 years. Yeah, I was born in 92 and he's 75 born.
So you're saying it would have worked out?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving me this guy.
Is that light gonna be? Oh, there it goes. Come on, man, you gotta keep up.
Any influence on what your characters were outside of the mountain or Atlantis?
No.
I think you were asking, did we have any say in what the characters wore off base?
Yes.
I don't know. No, not really at all. Yeah.
We had a really great costume designer, Christina McQuarrie, who knew us all so well and kind of...
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
I apologize to all of you for my tardiness, but you're used to it by now, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Hi, everybody.
Did you have any influence over what?
Suddenly he's an MC. I love
Did
this.
you have any influence over what your character wore outside of the mountain when your character went, you know? Of course you did. You practically wore what you came to work in.
Yeah, whatever I slept in that night. Well, I don't even remember what I wore, to be honest with you. So it probably, maybe, did it look like it fit?
Yes.
It wasn't mine. Such a question. It's so personal. I suppose they did. It didn't matter, really. I mean, I don't mean to seem cavalier. Yes, I did. I didn't care what I wore. It was all about the character. Yeah. I heard some titters out there. No, I didn't have any influence at all. I would just say yes or no.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Hi there. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Stargate since I'm a little child because I grew up with Stargate and I love the universe and Atlantis and the OG. And my question is, there are plans like a reboot, they tried it with Origins, and Star Trek did it too in the past. Is there any chance or any plan that you play together again in the Stargate reboot or in a new Stargate universe?
Well, I'll say something.
Okay, Rick.
I would give my left arm to be right-handed. I would. Oh. I've been thinking about that. Well, never, but in doing the little thing that we did with AI script with Brad and such, I got to grill him on it. He said it's out of his hands, but I personally would do anything to work again with this group.
Yeah, I don't, in terms of what's happening with the franchise, if that's some sort of way of digging at that, we have no idea. And we don't think Brad has been contacted, and I certainly
Brad's tried, or he keeps the conversation going occasionally. It gets a little annoying on the other end, where they'll just say, no, we're not going to make the show because you keep bugging us. And I believe it's not MGM anymore, or the studios, but something's in the way of getting production and getting some money to start writing and doing that stuff. That's, well, it's almost always the problem is money, but I don't know, I think it would work, because O'Neill is an old fart, would be great. I could be me.
We've changed a bit. It used to be like, hey, how was your weekend? What club did you go to? And then it was, hey, how was your weekend? How are the kids? And now it's like, how's your prostate? Are you good?
I don't know, let me check.
Don't tease.
I apologize.
Are you sorry you asked the question yet?
No, it's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Big fan, still rewatching the series again and again continuously. So I have a quick following up question. If you get the hard reboot, which actors would you like to see playing your roles? 2 constraints, wrong answers only, and no music instruments.
Who would we like to play our characters if it wasn't us?
Yeah.
You got that from that?
What she
I thought I was doing the translating around here.
What actor would you have play you if it wasn't you, right? That's the question?
In our own life story? Is that what you're talking about?
No, as a character.
If you go get a new Stargate series, a hard reboot, so the same story but newer actors, which ones?
You're asking actors how they want to be replaced.
Actually, yes.
Charlotte Rampling for me.
James Spader. Sven Budenchum.
Ben Browder is another choice. Oh, hi.
Yeah, I'm going to play O'Neill. They should make it O'Neill. I mean, Picard's working, so let's just do O'Neill.
See, I told you I have to explain this shit to you.
Stay close.
Does anyone watch Wellington Paranormal? This little crazy Taika Waititi show that, the cop in that, she's really, really funny. She'd make a great Carter. She's like this tall.
If she's that tall, she should play me.
She might be doing it. Dr. Great.
I so desperately want to think we're irreplaceable.
While I have it, I might as well advertise it. It's going fast.
Probably you're still standing there, maybe wanting more of an answer.
Was that satisfactory or?
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi. I've got 2 questions, actually, if I may. First off, if you had to, and you had no choice, you could move to any planet and any culture seen in the Stargate universe, but you could not go back. Which of it would it be?
What planet would we go to, and if we could not come back,
Yes, but as yourselves.
as opposed to
Your characters.
in real life?
Yes.
Got any planets in mind, kids?
P3X789 was over there. I don't know, I think.
It's a non-binary planet.
Where did the Knox live? We never actually saw where they lived. That would have been kind of...
What planets are there? The ones that we know you can't
beach
live
one.
on.
You like that beach one in the early seasons.
The planet where we went to hell, because we're all going to end up there anyway. I live in planet Vancouver with all those green trees, so I'd say there.
I would probably go to a planet where Janet is still alive.
Not Florida.
I personally don't remember all the planets we went to at all. But they all mysteriously look like Vancouver. And I think there was one planet that was Richard Kind. Yeah, it was Richard Kind, the actor. So it was like a planet of like funny people. And maybe I'd go to Funny People Land. Or maybe that's the hell he's talking about. I'm not sure.
Second question,
knock yourself out. Go ahead.
Okay. How would you react right now if the Stargate was real?
Obviously not well. We got nothing here. Well, it takes time to train to go through that thing, as I recall. It's cold. What are you talking about? Lord. Don't we all end up in Giza anyway, eventually? Look at me throwing stuff out like that. Like I know the show. What was the question?
We got that. I think we touched on that one. She's shaking her head, no. But we're saying that's all you're going to get.
I'm happy you're here, that's all.
The game's tonight. It's Canada against Germany.
Yeah. It is.
It's at 30.
That was yesterday's news. Don't rub it in.
Hello, everyone. I got a question for all of you. It's a more grounded, technical question. Maybe it's not so bad as you expect. I just want to know how sound the Stargate set. We all knew the sounds of the Stargate on film, on the series, but how does it sound in real life? Does it make squeaky noises, or does any sound at all? What can you tell us about the sounds of the set?
The gate actually spun and locked on to different chevrons, so that made a sound.
And there's the sound of the CO2. So I'll do the sound of the CO2, you do the sound of the set.
But they were on the analog set. We went digital. It was very quiet.
Okay, that was my follow-up question. If the Atlantis Stargate sounded other than the Stargate in the Cheyenne Mountain.
Sounded more expensive.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Hi again. So I have a question for Rick and then a question for all of you. So the first one is a MacGyver one. My t-shirt says in 1988 MacGyver was vegetarian. Today MacGyver would be vegan. So don't you think it would be cool, because you talked about that you rescue dogs in real life, if MacGyver would have a sanctuary for animals with his family, his kids? Obviously he has a son and a daughter, and he could have rescue animals and fix stuff and cut his fingers off or not, and take care of his hair.
Slow down.
Let's go through this point by point. In '88, MacGyver was vegetarian. Would he be vegan now? Do you remember that part? He has no recollection of this.
For the sake of conversation, I will say, yes, of course.
Well, he had tofu in his fridge and he said he was vegetarian, so just for context. So the question for all of you guys is, so let's say an alien race comes...
I think that's a pretty resounding thing about not having a vegetarian diet.
I can't understand anybody.
It's okay. So let's...
Rick, you're in Germany. They speak German. And your follow-up question was?
Yeah, so the follow-up question is, let's say an alien race comes to our planet and they come to you in real life. We're talking you guys on the stage. And they say, I give you all the power you can have, but you can only do good things, and you can't harm any people or animals, but you can do whatever you want. So yes, Rick, you can get Trump arrested, but you can't kill him. And Michael, you can't shoot Ben. What would you guys do? What would be one of the most important things for you to do?
First of all, I wouldn't kill Ben, I'd just make him disappear. Yeah, I just want to clarify that. I don't want him dead, I just want him gone.
Play the cello.
So you could have all the power, but you can't use it for evil.
Yes, so you can do whatever you want for people and the planet and for animals, but you can't harm anyone.
Well, we were talking backstage about how we would solve world hunger, so that would be a good start.
One way or another, I'd lose Trump, for sure. Not to get political or anything. But that's an evil man, so...
Yes, he is.
Can you just record them? Send it to him. Alright, enough politics. Unless you want to talk about it. Well, that's a start anyway, getting rid of him. What would you do for good?
And world peace! Yeah, world peace. It's a really deep question. I'm going to try to answer it quickly and not too deep. I would like people to be able to listen to one another and to be able to forgive one another.
What did you say?
World peace.
Wasn't listening. I was.
You missed the part where you were cast as a cello.
I love you, Ben. It's Ben, right?
You're not very popular today.
Please don't kill the messenger, but the time is over. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Try and get us off.
I want to say thank you very much, you guys. You were great. Please make some noise for you.
Samantha Carter, Amanda Chapman.
I know you're expecting Rick also, and he is just finishing up his photo ops, but I didn't want you to have to wait for Rick, because who knows. So I thought I'd just come out first and we can just have a bit of fun before he gets here. Oh man, it's so great to be back here. Thank you so much for having us, and hi. Thank you. I don't know, do we want to just start with some questions, or what? Oh, I guess we do. There's a bright light on you and you're ready. Sweet, let's do it.
Hi.
Oh, first of all, I forgot my black shoes, so I apologize.
Astoundingly smart and savvy and pretty. All those things. It kind of helped her become Canada's leading director. I almost said female director. But that's improper these days, right? She's really smart and knows what she's doing, and everybody knew she would succeed beyond our wildest imagination. I'm exhausted.
Thank you, were you welcome? Thank you, Rick. That's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I had a quick Stargate question as well. It's about the filming locations. I know the British Columbia, the forest there, you filmed there a lot. And I was wondering, of course, you're professionals, but do you ever feel like, uh-oh, like, not this forest again in British Columbia? Was it ever boring for you guys?
Yes. I mean, not this big, gorgeous, green valley and mountainous forest again?
I've heard it 100 times, so...
Yeah, it became a bit of a joke that all the planets in the universe had evergreen trees and really good air. And now, like, we had a sand dune we got to film in, and we had a bunch of different locations that don't exist anymore because of urbanization. But the forest is always there, and it was wonderful to work. We drove up mountains and shot in this beautiful, pristine forests. It was amazing. But yes, the entire universe looks like British Columbia. close together for body heat. And one of the crew members said, well, you know, if you guys were serious about body heat, you wouldn't be wearing any clothes. And I was like, a little soon in the series for that, methinks.
I'm thinning.
Hi, Amanda and Rick.
Oh, hi. Hi, Claire.
Which goals did you have as teenagers, and did you meet all of them?
Which idols?
Goals.
Dolls.
Goals.
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 Oh, goals. I was like, dolls, I had G.I. Joe and Barbie.
Barbie.
I had G.I. Joe, too. He had cooler Jeeps and stuff. My goal was to be an actress, and my goal was to be a director. Hashtag winning. Yes.
I, on the other hand, strive to be a juvenile delinquent. Winning.
Hashtag winning.
No, I actually wanted to be a forest ranger. I wanted to work in the forests and mountains and have a little house up on the stilts and, you know, call girls and stuff. No, I wanted to work with animals and conservation stuff. I didn't know it was conservation then, but trees and bushes and shrubbery and that kind of stuff. I just leaned in that direction.
And then you ended up working in forests for a long time.
Make it a little bit more fun for you. So, could you tell us the best piece of advice you've ever been given? Can be about work, life, all sorts of things. But can you do it in an accent of your choice?
I have one word to say for that. You're asking for performance. That's unfair.
Please. My parents always said to me, and I'll do my dad, don't ever be rude. Don't be rude. Be kind, don't be rude. Because people don't like rude people. Right, ladies.
Eat your veggies. Eat your damn greens.
Thank you.
Period.
Eat your peas.
Mushy peas.
Also a really big fan. Thank you for being here. Big fan of Stargate SG-1 and of MacGyver.
Yes.
And also a big fan of the movie and my question, so the Stargate movie, and my question kind of leads into that, because one of you had a role that was already presented in the movie, and one of you wasn't. And I want to know, what do you think was the scarier part to act out?
I know. I'm just kidding. It was easy for me. I just, they didn't want me to be Kurt Russell. Couldn't make my hair do that. And he smoked. And so we got rid of both of those things. And you see what you see today.
Looks good.
Yeah. Nice try, man. It does not.
I was lucky because my character wasn't in the movie, so she could be whatever we made her become. But I think it might be scarier to actually try to fill the shoes and change the shoes of a character that already exists and is loved. So,
You know, a side note to this notion, Kurt Russell came on set one time. She swooned. And I had met him once before with, he and Goldie lived by where I lived in California, Southern California. And I was, back in the day when I actually did exercise, was running my path up in the mountains, and the two of them came down with their dog, and of course immediately onto the dog. I'm just in the dirt and he came up to me, he was a Bernese, I think, and just lapping me up, and I said, God, I love this dog. And I look up and I'm already in a conversation with them, don't know it's them. But
and he went, ooh, I said, you're in my eye line. And I can't believe I asked Kurt Russell to move out of my eye line. And he laughed at it.
Moved into mine. We've been happy ever since.
He was lovely.
You shouldn't let us ramble like this. This is what we do. Ramble. Any further questions?
I can't tell you what's happening with it because I don't know, but Brad and I, we're very good friends, and we've certainly talked about if there were another Stargate to come out, that my involvement, and he would like me to direct it and be a part of it and be in it to a degree, and Stargate has been such a huge part of my life, and yours too, maybe. And the fact that, we started filming 25 years ago, and we're still here talking to all of you is like, I can't think of a better word, but I'm gobsmacked. And so I'm so grateful. And so if it were to come back, I would never look that gift horse in the mouth. I would absolutely jump on board. But as for what's happening, Amazon owns MGM now. MGM has been owned by so many different people. So I honestly couldn't tell you, but certainly Brad reached out to me and said, if it does, would you go with it? And I was like, oh yeah.
Is Brad still involved? Because he did write a few years ago a pilot.
He did, it was great. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know.
So I'm looking forward to meet you. I will ask your contact person and wait for the chocolate. It's a nice continuation of a sort of running gag, and it is being started because I really wondered that you guys were so friendly, and all the crazy stuff I witnessed for myself you are doing, and I said, do these guys ever finish one scene today because they're so glorious? It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
We had a lot of fun. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Nice to see you.
Anybody? You in the dark.
Please. Because they're all here, and it just seems silly to stop. Can we do 3 more questions? Or is there somebody else coming on stage after us?
No, you're it.
Oh, no. Sorry, people. We're it. We're it tonight.
She's it.
She's the it girl.
Yes.
Tell me my shirt.
Should we ask one? We'll ask one more question, and then I won't say the words of the other gal from Star Trek. And then we'll F-O.
Oh, I won't say that.
So, one last question.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Eric. It's so great to see you two on stage. My question is of your both activism. You're doing on the 3rd of June an online event for mental health, Amanda. I think that's really awesome. And I just wanted to know how that came about and if there are any further events like that. And for Rick, are you planning on any Sea Shepherds, UNs, or going on a ship, or anything else? And if there are no plans, is there anything you would like to do?
Well, I'll just speak quickly to the mental health. So the companion and I had a conversation over a year ago about things that mattered to me, and one of them was mental health. And part of it was born of the fact that sci-fi fandom is so incredibly supportive and connected, and so many people around the world have made friends through my experience through Stargate, but obviously through other shows, and how essential that connection was, especially at times when people were feeling really, really horrible. And so I said, I think that especially given the last 3 years in the pandemic and isolation and lack of connection and lack of events like this, that I thought it was just really important to check in and make sure that we were all okay, because we're not all okay. I mean, this new normal has been a big adjustment, and as somebody who, my eldest brother was, before he passed, was paranoid schizophrenic, and I saw firsthand what mental health, how it affected families, community, and so it's a subject very near and dear to my heart, and I felt like I just wanted to connect and just talk about it, so that it wasn't so taboo, and so that we could say, like your beautiful comment up there before about how important certain things can be to help keep you grounded and keep you here. And it's just a rambling. It's an important topic to me, and I think it's really important that we feel that connection, and that's what it was born of. So.
Well, I think this is going to sound a little bit negative. It's probably going to sound a lot bit negative. Sea Shepherd and Captain Paul Watson parted ways. Paul was essentially kicked out. Sea Shepherd wanted to soften their image a little bit. Paul had a reputation for being quite confrontational. If you think ramming ships is confrontational.
I don't.
And he was asked to leave. He is, I love Paul a lot, but he has an ego. If you're watching this anywhere, Paul, you do. But, so he has started the Captain Paul Watson Foundation, which is a separate entity from Stargate. Seagate. Sea Shepherd. Sea Shepherd is still thriving and working their campaigns and such. Paul just acquired his first ship for his foundation, and he's soliciting contributions like he did with Stargate, but it's, you know what I mean, with Sea Shepherd, but it's kind of, I don't know how many of you even know about Sea Shepherd and Paul Watson's foundation, but it's kind of a tough call. Like, who do you donate to both? That would be ideal. But some people feel as though they've been made to make a choice. And so far, I've fallen on the side of Sea Shepherd as the established entity. I still don't know the details of what their policy is and what their platform is when they go out and have confrontations. Paul, you all can pretty much figure out what he's still about, which is fine. It's worked in the past, but I think he's got to soften some edges. It turns people off. Some people it excites, and Well, I don't know what else to say about that, but I'll put a word in for both sides because I'm chicken and a coward. But that's kind of what's going on there. The merchandise is much better at Sea Shepherd. Better t-shirts.
As we said, we need 4 more, so now there's 2 more. Thank you.
Don't let her push you around like that.
Thanks for all this stuff. She's coming on her head, so you have, it's great. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Another question?
And now comes the question. In every character that you play, there's something out of you. What feature or quality or characteristic do you think comes out in both of you in your characters?
Both of my characters? Or
Both of you, both Amanda and Richard.
I don't know.
And that's it.
I referenced this earlier about my own self-assessment. I've had a lot of time off. I think a lot, too much. But being very as rational, objective as I can be, I'm not that great an actor. So I can't tap into a process or a process. And so I base a lot of my action, reaction, any internal work I do, it's done as Richard with a sheep's clothing on. Wait, I didn't mean sheep. Ass, that's what I meant, ass clothing. So that's, you do see a lot of my personality interwoven to somebody else's words. Interwoven? Other people's words. In a different costume. Because of course I thought it was a costume. Well, that's just
costume drama. I think that Sam and I grew up together. And I've said this before, but I think that we came into our own as women together. I am an incredibly... loyalty, I think, is something that is really important to me, and it was very important to Sam. A little bit of a sense of humor, and an earnestness that I have always had. An eagerness to please. Why are you guys laughing? What is going on? It's my cider, I swear to God.
Getting me in trouble with Mom.
I think, to be 100% honest, it was a very symbiotic relationship between Sam and Amanda, and I learned a lot from her, and I think I informed a little bit of her. But yeah, especially after 10 seasons, we all kind of became our characters a little bit, and our characters became part of us. I learned to be a lot stronger because of Sam. So yeah, I feel very fortunate.